Hello everyone and welcome to this week's YouTube video. I have a new camera. You can see it. I got a new camera. I'm super excited. It's a Canon EOS M50 and yeah, this is just part of, the whole story of trying to take this channel to the next level. Thank you all so much for the support. I have appreciated it. I have loved it, and keep your suggestions coming. I will just continue to keep speaking my truth. But today I want to talk about something that is extremely important. Non-negotiables. We all have our non-negotiables in life, but there's a few things we have to think about before we kind of land those non-negotiables, and it's a long process to get there. So let's dive into this week's video. So we only have so much time in a day, and with that time we have to balance our work, we have to balance our school, we have to balance the relationships in our lives and the people we spend time with. We have to balance our health, right? Exercising and eating well. All of that takes time and it takes energy. And that energy, that right there is what you have to negotiate with yourself. And that's why today I want to talk about non-negotiables, because they're the things in our lives that we have to keep constant for ourselves in order for ourselves to be happy, in order for us to achieve our goals, in order for us to build momentum in our lives. But before we can think about our non-negotiables, we have to think about those negotiables, those things that are so variable and change on a daily basis. So for the last couple years, a word that has really hit the mainstream, or a phrase I should say, is actually work-life balance. I'm sure you've all talked about it at some point, whether you're working in the office or whether you're trying to balance your home life and your family. Work-life balance has become even more important nowadays because of COVID and the pandemic and all of our different living and working situations. And that's why I think work-life balance is kind of an end point, right? It's this infinite thing, and it's impossible to ever balance every different variable in your life. That's why I believe in work-life harmony. The power of work-life harmony is that it does not depend on balance. It actually depends on peace. And you having peace with your actions, peace with how you spend your time. And that brings me back to the point of negotiables. Negotiables are how we divide our time, how we subdivide the four pillars of our life: health, wealth, relationships, and happiness. And how we subdivide that time is what determines whether we are at peace or not. You see, work-life balance, no, it's work-life harmony, because harmony means peace. But on top of all of that, when we think about negotiables, what are negotiables inherently? Negotiables are variables, they're changing, they're fluid, they're things we are battling with every day. They are a give and take. Negotiables are a give and a take, and they're what you give and you take every single day. So that's why I want to talk about what your non-negotiables are. Your non-negotiables are the things you are not willing to compromise on. And I had a great conversation with one of the partners at PwC where I work, and we talked about this last week. We talked about the power of having non-negotiables and how that determines so much of your life's peace. So much of your life's peace. You see, those non-negotiables, they could be, hey, I want to be a good father. I want to take care of my kids. My kids come first before my work. They could be, hey, I prioritize my health. I need to prioritize my diet. These things are so important, because if you give up on your non-negotiables, then the rest of your negotiables fall apart. If the rest of your negotiables are falling apart, your health, your wealth, your relationships, your time reading, the small things that make you happy, even watching that TV show, whatever it is for you, if all those negotiables in your life fall apart, then you don't have peace. If you don't have peace, you don't have harmony. If you don't have harmony, that means you lack happiness. By thinking like this and by processing my life in this way, it's really enabled me to be able to say no. Say no to the things that I know will really impede my energy and impede what I believe are my non-negotiables. So, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you manage those non-negotiables. Protect your time, protect those pillars and those principles in your life, those values, because that's what keeps you grounded. That is what keeps you at peace, and that is what gives you work-life harmony and happiness. It's all linked. Thank you all so much for watching. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and join me next time on my next video. Take care, everyone, and remember that every single day is a miracle.